This is my guy right
Teammate
here.
right here, man. That's what linemen should look like, damn it. Let's get some of these.
Listen, I remember the Orange Bowl '91 when we beat Nebraska for the national championship. And I was in the middle of the field, teary-eyed. Mario comes over to me, hugs me like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" You know why I'm teary-eyed? I'm teary-eyed. Here's the reason why I'm teary-eyed. I'm teary-eyed because I realized I would never ever put on this uniform again.
Yeah.
That hurt me.
Yeah, you've told that story. That was a big moment.
Mario came in and looked at me. "What the hell's wrong with you, bro? We just won the championship. We just won the national
We're about to go celebrate, man.
Exactly, that part right there, man. I tell you. Man, Mario, man, glad to have you on the show, man. Always a pleasure. I don't call you my teammate. I call you my brother.
Absolutely.
Because we're old line.
Always, for life.
Old line, man. Listen, we ride or die together, man. So my first question is, man, there's a Hall of Fame coach that always says that games are played on Saturday, but they're won in the off season.
No doubt.
And I just wanted to know how's the off season going for the.
You would be proud of the way that we treat Green Tree, Leon, Coach Campo. That is sacred ground, and there is no BS on that practice field. And we're learning it more and more. The more the alumni reunion grows and gets stronger, the more our guys get to be around our former players, and they get to learn. They exchange stories, they exchange contact numbers, and they engage. And we're learning how to get closer and closer to that standard. And we've been progressing at a massive rate, especially in the trenches, especially in the guys up front. And now our first true class, they are now true juniors. That kind of puts it in perspective a little bit. And we're creeping up real close. We had great progress last year and fell short at the end. Certainly disappointed that we didn't push over the top, but we also can't ignore the 10-game season and how close we were to more. So we're fired up, man. We grind, we work. Us linemen, we're boring sons of what. We just work.
I always felt that the great thing about Miami, and when people ask me, I tell them that probably my favorite job was the University of Miami, because we had kids that loved wanting to be there. They loved the game. They knew that the game of football was their life. Is that the way it is now? Are you getting to that point where guys, I know with the portal and with the NIL, it's a little different. But how do you look at that?
You know what? That part makes it different. But what holds true forever and has stood the test of time, guys that want to be Miami Hurricanes and that love football are going to excel. And as years go by, we're getting more and more of that caliber of a competitor, of a person, of a football player. And now, you know what? The one thing we have done with the portal, we did in the spring, we identified the areas that lack competition, said, you know what? Load them up. Yeah. Because we're going to get the absolute best out of everybody one way or the other, and we're going to do it the way it's been done, Hurricane style. Since the days, I tell people all the time, I used to pedal on my bike, hitch a ride to go watch Miami practice. And I swear on my life, I want to be one of those dogs. I'm not good enough to play with those guys. And man, it's kind of scary, but my God, I want to be like that.
That's right.
And so when we don't take a player unless they watch us practice. Because we get after it, and it's old school. And if you're too sensitive, and if you don't like getting pushed and challenged, you're going to get on the Metro Rail in an hour. You know what I mean? So I think it's all really, really coming together the right way, and we are building it to last.
Yeah. All right, so you were here last year this time, Mario, talking about toughness, being stronger mentally, physically. What's the next obstacle now to getting where you want to be?
Well, I think the biggest one was, we had all these numbers offensively, and we were the top offense in the country, but we still turned the ball over at the end of the season. Okay, and regardless of our obvious struggles on defense, if we don't turn the ball over, we still find a way to win.
Right.
Okay, so that's one part. The second part is defensively, structurally, we got out of whack. We lost our way. We did. And when we lost a couple of corners that were really our primary guys, I didn't do a very good job having enough depth behind them to be able to, the simplicity of playing man, lining up and rolling. So I didn't do a good enough job helping our defensive coordinator. And that, systematically, it didn't fit what we are. We're built to be a 4-down team, to be aggressive and up the field, and that's what we went to in the hire of Corey Heatherman. So, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of the things that we have to get better at have been addressed, and we've gone into this offseason full throttle. Now it's a matter of getting all these guys galvanized and understanding that competition has always been embraced at Miami. So let's go to work.
Now, how is Carson doing?
He's doing great. He's doing great. Yeah, people. I think it's great that what he's gone through, because I think in the end we get the best version of Carson. And I think Carson at the end of the day had a million choices, and he chose to be at Miami. He was actually committed to Miami. Yeah. Initially, way back, but he just wants to win, and a lot like our previous quarterback, Cam wasn't concerned about getting the Heisman Trophy or the Davy O'Brien or the All-American. He wanted to win, and he wanted to be someone who could show that he could help an organization elevate its profile, and that's what I think we have in Carson.
You might have a Carson with a chip on his shoulder too, which is not unlike last year with Cam, right? I mean, you got a quarterback who wants to prove something.
You want to prove something. He was on a team that was 5-7. He was on a team that it was a really good team. They did a great job out there, but he was always playing from behind. So the fumble rate was up, the interception rate was up. The splash plays were awesome, but you're always almost feel like you're drowning and you got to get above water.
Right.
We had a great offensive line to protect him. We had a really good skill to complement him, and we had a great scheme that let him cut it loose. And he put in time and understanding protections in the run game, which helped elevate his game and helped us just find a lot of holes in defenses. And now we took this offseason, and we've evolved offensively too. We're not coming back the same either. So I think that combined with Carson's experience and what he did and what he played in, the level he played at, I think is going to just really be a great combination.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I was talking about this off the air. My favorite player is Francis. Oh, yeah. The right tackle.
Cece.
He's a furniture mover, bro. Yeah. He is, bro. He is a bouncer. He's throwing people out the club. I love him. When he pulls around that corner, I can't remember what game it was. When he pulled around that corner, he's just lighting people up. He's always in balance. Good feet, good hands, strike radius. All that kind of stuff. He seems like he's pro-ready. Let me just say that. He's pro-ready. You're talking about a guy that when you draft, he's going to probably go top 10. You draft, you put him there, you turn your head, he's there for the next decade. That's what I mean by plug and play. That's what I see in that guy. Absolutely. He's my favorite guy on that team. Absolutely.
Well, you should call him and tell him.
Man, I told him on Instagram. I said, listen, I told him on Instagram. I said, look, I've been the best right tackle in Miami history for too long. I said, I'm willing to pass the torch. He said,
boom, 61 has been challenged.
Exactly. I told him.
He's an even better person, man. He's a super hard worker, elite family. His brother's going to be a great player in the NFL now, linebacker. Yeah. And what people don't realize, he's 350 pounds. His body fat, it was as low as 20. He has the highest muscle density of anybody in Miami history, and he's got the bones of a brontosaurus. You know what I mean? He's just massive, but great human being, a tremendous athlete. Man, he could run. Leon, my God. Remember, you guys used to say, I don't care if you play O-line or DB, you got to be able to run. That dude could flat out scoot. He is initially, because I was at Oregon, we were recruiting him as a 3 technique. He was coming with us to Oregon. Yeah. And we're out there in the middle of a visit, got him dressed up in a uniform, everything, and he goes, Coach, come on over here. And I come over there, and he gets in a left tackle stance. I go, don't say no more. Come with me. Let me introduce you to Coach Mirabal. So it's been an unbelievable couple of years with him, and he has had a monster offseason. And I tell you, people are forgetting about our right guard, Inez Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Because that dude right now is playing at a level that's insane. And Markel Bell, who I need you to spend a little time with him because that 6'9.5" body has developed, and he's throwing those hands, and he's playing in balance. Wow. We're really excited about our offensive line.
That's great. What's your feeling? I have to ask you this one. What's your feeling about Restrepo in the National Football League?
The guy, he did great things at Miami, and I've never coached in the NFL, so I don't know what factors in how people are drafted or whatnot. I know at Miami he broke the all-time, receiver, reception, and yard record, and what else? What else can you be judged at except for how you play? So hopefully he gets the right opportunity. Would love to see him play for a long, long time.
Right out of the gate, Notre Dame, big game, big moment. That's the time to make a statement, is it not?
Time to make a statement is Green Tree Practice Field.
Right.
On July 31st. There you go. We'll talk about Notre Dame.
That's where it begins, right?
2 weeks out.
Yeah,
you know what? Team meeting on Sunday, and all we're talking about is accountability and mentality and getting after it, and what competition really is. And then we'll go right into the summer full bore, and then we'll get to practice, and we'll get after each other's asses. And as we get close to that game, then the preparation as far as the physicality, the systems, communication is done. Now we hone in on that part, but we can't be thinking about anybody except the University of Miami.
Will you start to more mirror what the NFL does down the road as far as OTAs, as far as mini camps, or you think you're still going to go with the spring idea?
Football's a developmental sport. Like we're getting guys right from high school that they need pads. They have to practice. They have to hit. They have to fit hands. They have to learn hat position, hand placing, flat backs, feet in the ground. They have to learn all that stuff. I mean, for us to think that these guys are ready to pull the pads off, that's absolutely insane.
Crazy.
Like, that ain't happening. Okay, and the best blueprint of all time, which is what you guys used under Coach Johnson, which was really identical to the blueprint that Coach Saban used over there, I got to be a part of, that continues to permeate the country. That blueprint involved a lot of reps and a lot of work. And the use of shoulder pads. Okay, so I think trying to pull back on development opportunities, I mean, look, it's, you don't play patty cake on Saturdays, so you can't do that during the weekend.
The game still comes down to blocking and tackling.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coach.
And the guys up front, Matt says it all the time. Affect the quarterback
protect
the quarterback.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%. And you know what? And you develop until the day you retire. And these guys need development more than the guys that have been around for a long time.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show. I got one more question to ask you before we leave.
Give it to me as we snap this right here.
Is Big Bertha still there? You remember Big Bertha for the offensive line? Big Bertha is that big old bag that we had that we used to go around and punch on.
We have.
Did you put her to rest, and she's still there?
We have Bertha's family.
Oh, there.
We have because there's another one that we've got from Coach Callahan out in Tennessee. That's one that it's a run block version of Bertha.
A Big Bertha.
Where it's inclined. You got to get really underneath it, and it weighs a gazillion pounds. And if your feet aren't in the ground, it turns, and you're going down with it. So
love it.
It's a challenging one.
I love it.
No, the players look when they see those things out there like, oh crap, we got another birth today. So
here we go.
Absolutely,
That's
brother.
what's up, baby.
Amen.
Appreciate you. Always alignment,
Big
baby.
cheers. Let's go, O-line.
Let's do it, baby.
All right, we got to go to a break,
Thanks a
man.
lot.
We'll be
Thanks
back
for
on the other
coming
side.
on.
It's XOP.